From the outside, you would have thought I had it made. I was pulling in a six-figure income and looked successful to everyone around me. But honestly, I was drowning. I was secretly racking up credit card debt, constantly stressed about money, and felt completely broke all the time. It wasn't until I pinpointed and finally kicked 4 specific money habits that I was able to turn things around and start building real wealth. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all 4, and you'll definitely want to stick around for number 3. It's a habit our society has tricked us into thinking is normal, and it might be the very thing keeping you stuck. All right, the first habit I had to kill is a sneaky one that finance experts call lifestyle creep. It feels so natural, right? It's like a little reward for all your hard work. You get a raise, you get a nicer apartment, you land a promotion, you upgrade your car. That was me, 100%. The second my salary hit $150,000, I went out and leased a new BMW and convinced myself I needed a bigger place. My spending just rose in perfect, lockstep harmony with my income, which meant there was nothing left over to actually save or invest. They call it an invisible anchor for a reason. It feels like you're moving forward, but it's really keeping you chained to the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, no matter how much you earn. The really scary part is that your income can go down, but those higher expenses, they've become your new normal. So how'd I fix it? I came up with a simple rule that was a total game changer. I started living on the income I made times 2 years ago asterisk. Any extra cash from raises or bonuses went straight into investments times before times I even had the chance to touch it. This created an automatic financial buffer, and it was the first time I felt like I was actually getting ahead. Habit 2. Next up, the 1-2 punch that was knocking my bank account out cold. Impulse buys fueled by high-interest credit card debt. For me, the weakness was mindless. Scrolling on Amazon, a few clicks here, a few clicks there, and some new gadget was on its way. I'd just tell myself it was a little treat. But those little treats were adding up to hundreds of dollars a month, all sitting on a credit card with a 22% interest rate. And I wasn't alone. The average American carries a credit card balance of around $6,500 to $6,800. With interest rates averaging between 20% and 25%, millions of people are trapped on a high-interest treadmill where their payments are barely making a dent in the interest, let alone the actual debt. I was throwing away thousands a year on interest alone, money that was doing nothing for me. To break this, I had to get tactical. First, I put a strict 4 8-hour rule on any non-essential purchase, over $50. If I still wanted it 2 days later, I'd think about it. Spoiler, most of the time, I didn't. Second, I switched back to using my debit card for everyday spending. Seeing the money actually leave my account in real time made the spending feel real again. Credit cards feel like monopoly money until that bill arrives. Now for habit number 3, the one most of us think is totally normal. In fact, it's what we're taught to do our whole lives. Get a good, stable job. But here's the thing. Relying on a single source of income is one of the riskiest financial moves you can make today. The whole idea of job security is pretty much an illusion now. Companies downsize, entire industries change, and life happens. Burnout can hit you like a ton of bricks and force you to take a step back. I used to think my big salary made me invincible. Then I watched a colleague, a brilliant doctor, making $250,000 a year, go through a severe burnout with no financial cushion to let him escape. It was a huge wake-up call. When your entire financial world is held up by one paycheck, you have a single point of failure. Now, the solution isn't go quit your job and start the next Google. It's about diversifying your income. I started small by putting money into a Roth IRA, letting my investments grow tax-free. Then I found a small side hustle. It wasn't about making millions. It created a second, small stream of income. But more importantly, it broke my psychological dependence on my main job. The final habit I had to crush was what I called the gambler's mindset, skipping consistent saving to chase after the hot, new thing. In the past, whenever I had a little extra cash, I wouldn't dream of putting it into a boring savings account. Nope, I'd throw it at some meme stock or a hyped-up crypto coin, hoping to 10x my money overnight. I once put a painful amount of money into a trendy stock and watched it get cut in half. It was a tough lesson. While I was out there gambling, the boring S&P 500 was just chugging along, averaging about a 10% annual return over the long haul. It finally hit me. Rich people don't get rich by gambling. They do it through consistent, automated, and diversified investing. My cure was to take my own discipline out of the equation and automate everything. I live by the pay yourself first principle. And I mean it literally. The second my paycheck lands, automatic transfers shoot 20% of it into different buckets. A high-yield savings account for emergencies, my 401k to get that free company match, and my investment accounts. Automation is the ultimate cure for the gambler because it builds your wealth in the background. No willpower required. Breaking these 4 habits, lifestyle creep, credit card dependency, single income reliance, and the gambler's mindset was the key to completely changing my financial life. It was never about earning more money. It was about changing my behavior with the money I already had. Because at the end of the day, building wealth isn't about how much you make, it's about how much you times keep asterisk, and how hard you make that money work for you. If any of this sounded familiar, the good news is you can start changing today. Just pick one habit to focus on. Drop a comment below and let me know which one you're going to tackle first. And if this was helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more real talk on building lasting wealth. Your rich life is waiting.